Well, hello again, everyone. If you look at my history, I did a couple of reviews on these racing championships cars. They're from the 1930s. I think they're really cool. But the original wheels that came with them left a little bit to be desired. In fact, here's the Deusenberg wheel. You'll see the plastic chrome. It's just too tall. I think actually now that Racing Champions was trying to use this chrome flat surface to represent the white wall of a tire, but it just doesn't really work if it's not painted white. So, that's too bad because the rest of it looks pretty nice. Same thing with the Cadillac. It's not as bad. Here's the Cadillac wheel. But again, the tire isn't very tall because the rim of the wheel is really tall. So, I decided to do my own 3D prints here since I can't really find aftermarket wheels like this. So let's start with the Deusenberg here. There's only two Deusenberg SSJs to my understanding. These are them, and the red one has white wall tires. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this result here. So painting this it's a little challenging, but I designed it in a way that if anyone wants to buy these, you can maybe able to make your life a little easier. First thing is the wheel is a separate piece, so you can paint that silver and not worry. The tire is a separate piece, and you can. What I did is I painted it white first, and then there's a tiny lip here, so you can paint this bottom section black. That's the tire. Where these ridges are here. Hopefully it'll focus. Yeah, you can see the tire ridges there. So this is hand painted, this tire, but the white is I used an airbrush and I clear coated it. If you don't clear coat it, you're gonna screw up, and then you're gonna have to start all over. But if you clear coat the white, then if you screw up with the black, you can take a Q-tip and some water or something and just wipe off the black really carefully. I use Vallejo Paints, and they're water-based acrylics. I don't know what would happen if you use Tamiya, because that's like an IPA-based acrylic. So Vallejo is better because it's better for your health. Anyways, these use the stock axles as well. It's kind of a pain to get the original wheels off these stock axles, but eventually you'll get there. So that's what happened here. I'm pretty happy with that result, I guess. And then the Cadillac here, this isn't the V16 Cadillac, but it's from 1931, and they all have the same wheels. So hopefully you can see here. The Cadillac has these weird open, a really open spoke design. You might not look it in this photo, but the spokes around the outside of the hub are in pairs, and they're really spaced wide apart. But also I went and made the tires on these a lot taller to fill in this wheel gap. The wheel gap originally is quite big, actually. Sorry, if you maybe look up the video I did of the review, it's actually a pretty big gap. So I made the tires a little bit bigger to try to fill that in a little more, because it looks like here the tires are literally underneath the fenders. So but I can't make them so big that you can't slide them underneath the fender. It won't. They have to be smaller than the fender gap, unfortunately, unless you actually take the bottom off. But that means you'd have to drill the base out, and let's face it, that's a lot of work. It's too much work for me, at least. So unfortunately with the Cadillac, I can't replace this wheel because it's not actually a tire. The back side of this thing is actually like plastic. It's flat plastic back there. So unfortunately that's going to stay the way it is. So it's too bad. Okay, well anyways, just thought I'd give you guys a little view of this stuff here. If you guys are interested, I design them in a way that shapeways.com will print them. So I'm going to make these a set where the set will contain both of these wheels for each of these models, and hopefully that'll reduce the cost for you guys a little bit. But obviously if you don't have both of these models, well, you have to use the other wheel set on something else. Okay, well anyways, thanks for watching. I kind of wish other manufacturers would make nice cars from the 1930s. I think they're really cool looking, with these fenders, and they're long and low and whatever. I digress. Alright, I'll just catch you guys in the next wheel swap.